Alrighty, so, like I just said, I think this is a bit more of an elo gap than I would typically want. 100 elo, fairly sizable, but that's what we've got here. I felt like this map was really interesting. We've got, well, now I'm confused because at the bottom right, it says Nathan is 550, so maybe I have them swapped? Anyways, you know what? We'll just leave that at the top, and maybe chat could help me out. But we've got Celts for Nathan here, around 600 elo, let's say, and then we've got the Khmer for Grego Tetris. Now, this map is new. I see the bat map emote from Jerp. I like your style. It does kind of look like a bat symbol, almost. If a bat symbol had head and an ass. Anyways, it's called Glade. So it's a new map. I quite like this map because it's like super easy to wall in the front. So you can play defensive, but if you play too defensive, you can actually get like towered or castle dropped or walled in. So eventually you're going to need to come out to the middle. And that's where you have like extra stone and extra gold. So it's like honestly a fairly simplistic map because there's not a ton of options in how you play it early. It's very easy to play defensive, but a lot of things can go wrong if you're trapped in here. And actually, guys, there's a game. I don't know if I'll get it to YouTube, but I'll just tell you. So I saw a 4v4 game. It was quite high rank. And one of the flanks went Teutons, Tower Rush, Stone Wall. Okay? So they stonewalled off this guy from being helped by his teammates. And then the other pocket came in and killed him. Like, basically defeated him. It's really strong, dude. Like, in 1v1s, imagine. Sure, red's going to wall up. That's what a lot of people are going to do. But if you want to stonewall your opponent in, it's fairly easy to do. So that's a strat, man. Something to think about. And if you do that, please submit it in game submissions and let me know because I really want to see that. You know what else I want to see? I want to see what trees look like without the small tree mod. Because it's quite clear to me that this player does not have small trees on. Because this lumber camp looks much better when you have the big trees. So obviously didn't notice that you could get the villagers a little bit closer. Just because of the angles and whatnot. So Mischief Not Managed says, how do you allow spectators in-game? If you are playing online ranked, you have already authorized me to spectate your game. Sorry, that came off rude. That's not what you've authorized. When you playing online ranked, your game is speccable. You didn't authorize me to watch per se. But yeah, any online ranked game you play is able to be viewed. And I think I'm one of the few people that would do it, which is why I said it that way. So yeah, there's like a super secret waiver that you sign that allows that. So Khmer can go up to Castle Age pretty quickly because they can skip their buildings. So that might be the plan here for red. Celts kind of known for their heavy siege play. Or just their good boom. You never know what you're going to get from Celts. It just depends on if, like maybe Nathan's watched a couple Huang videos. Or maybe he doesn't know what the Celts are good at. If you watch my games, your eyes will hurt, 11. Mischief, we just watched a 5 elo player. So I don't think my eyes would hurt watching your games, but I don't know what your elo is. I don't know how things would go, so it's probably fine. Yo, GG out. Thanks for the 10 months, man. And GG out's a good player to try the Glade strategy. Wait, Blue, you just deleted a house? Why'd you delete the house? Maybe that house was in farm space and Blue didn't like that. But Blue, now you need a house. No, now you need wood. What? Okay, well, you know, if buildings don't look right at this elo, players just delete stuff. No permit for the house? Oh, true. Forgot about the freaking housing permits, dude. Funnily enough, I don't know if Blue will need that house because Blue might go feudal age. Wow, okay. I guess if you're going 20 pop feudal age, you could just delete a house. Makes sense. It's not an elo where I can be very clear on what their plans are, guys. Which is what makes it fun. It could really be anything. I think Blue is just going to get upgrades, like the wood upgrade and the farm upgrade, and adapt. I don't expect a rush of any kind. Red, I just don't know. Like, we still don't have a lumber camp yet. There's lots of houses back here. Red's chilling. Red's happy behind the palisades. And we'll pretty soon be finished with the boars. May take the deer here as well. What's up, Sanitz? Welcome. Ooh, the scouts are here. Red scout not auto scouting. I think blue scout is, which means blue wasn't paying attention to it though. So Bramwell, thanks for the 45. Says T90, when can we expect the new merch to be online? Dude, I promise you, we're closer than we were before. I honestly, I had a couple steps I needed to do the last month. I just got too swamped with other things. But hopefully soon. Also, how is Red's house on fire, man? What happened? Who left the burner on? That's a bug. It didn't actually receive any damage. I don't know if it's a capture age bug or an in-game bug, though. I feel like it's a capture age bug. But it might be both. I mean, the house has a well, so they should be able to put the fire out if there's actually water down there. Stone walls here from blue. Okay. So both players walling. Blue makes it to feudal age, and blue says, let's just wall that bad boy up. I like that. Yeah, now you can add the farms. Yeah, I think it's really valuable for blue here to go for the wood upgrade and the farm upgrade, but didn't get that yet. Red on the way to feudal. And this is by no means a fast castle from Red. They're both just focusing on producing, building up their houses in a nice little box shape. And they'll get to Castle Age eventually. So, you think blue will get lumber and mill upgrades to this elo? Well, I think eventually. I think blue just didn't think about that yet. At this elo, I'd be shocked if they're not getting eco upgrades. I think they'll happen. Fresh says, my Prime sub expired mid-stream and I got an ad. Then after the ad, the video is completely crashed and I can't resub. Can you refresh? That's super weird. You're not missing anything right now beyond some chatter about booming, so... Chat, maybe tell them to refresh. Hopefully Twitch will sort itself out. Red is in feudal age. Horse collar's on the way. And then the wood upgrades in as well. And finally a lumber camp. So this will add some efficiency. The reason Red's collected is lower is just because Red hasn't had efficiency on wood. And Celts also have like the faster wood chopping bonus as well, so which would have helped out. And still no additional farms here from blue, but I think blue's close enough where blue really wants to click up to Castle Age. And blue wants that barracks as well. But that villager wanted to finish that stone wall first for whatever reason. Chat, do we see blue go heavy siege in Castle Age? Yes or no? Blue knows about the walls. It's just palisade walls. Like, honestly, it feels perfect to be aggressive. But aggression is scary at this elo, right? I think because blue stonewalled, blue is just going to want to play defense. That's my guess. But I honestly have no clue. Who won the 5 elo game? I blinked. You're going to want to watch the finish. It was interesting. We have a tower now here from Red. Red's name has Tetris in it, so maybe that explains the houses here. Didn't make that joke until now, but if you're an experienced Tetris player, this is probably how you're going to build your houses. It's good that the houses are on the front. Sometimes people will build other houses on the front, and then they all get destroyed, and it gets really stressful there, so. Yo, Keeper of Souls, what's up? Thanks for the Prime. Elite, welcome. Thanks for the Prime. And Fresh says, an ad midstream reminded me to resub. Thanks for the 10 months. Thank you for the Prime. So you're telling me I need to run more ads during the games. Good to know. I'll just start blasting the ads, I guess. I'm sure people will love that. Are there Tetris pros winning Tetris tournaments? Dude, I'm sure there were Tetris tournaments. Has to have been. If there's Age of Empires tournaments, there's probably been some Tetris tournaments. I don't know exactly how that would work. It might just be like... Yeah, I don't know the specifics there. I used to think I was really good at Tetris. In fact, I used to think I was really good at a lot of games. And then I got older and looked around and thought, oh, actually, no. I'm not that good. There's the TC for Nathan. Or should I say Nathan? Nathan? How do we say that name? Also, is that an I or a lowercase L on either side? Or is it like a bracket? I don't know. But yeah, we're chilling. I was correct in my prediction. Blue not going to be aggressive yet. Yeah, second TC's on the way. You're really good at Warcraft 3, I heard. Said with love. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm incredible. So I dropped out of the Warcraft 3 tournament. It just wasn't going to work for me. And it would not have been good for the event. And the person who replaced me won the tournament, which makes me look so much worse. Makes me feel so much worse anyways. Would have made me feel better if they struggled as well. 2 TCs for Blues, and Red isn't even in Castle Age yet. This is where Age of Empires is so freaking fun, though. Because Red still has more res collected. Because Red has more balanced eco. And when Red makes it to Castle Age, Red's going to have crazy resources. Red also might not know the bonus of the Khmer because Red is still placing the farms around the TC and the mill perfectly. You don't actually have to do that. You could place it just in the, like, anywhere. But I guess that's a bad habit to get into, so. Do you get how to place farms in Warcraft 3? I mean, I eventually understood that aspect. But I was struggling, man. I was struggling. It was a really stressful time with the new patch coming out and like trying to work on content and friends visiting. I bit off more than I could chew, so I ended up just backing out because I think it would have been much worse for me and for the event to continue. So I didn't follow any of the advice that I give when people come into Age of Empires 2, which is play what you like, start with the campaign, start small, find some things you enjoy about it, and don't get into competitive right away. I did the exact opposite. And I, joined a tournament, was doing it all in front of thousands of people. So yeah, it was just like super stressful. What's the plan here, Blue? Oh, Blue, you could drop a castle and Red would have no answer. Some of the vills are going to mine stone. The other vills are walking forward. This is what I mean about this map. You feel secure with walls, but if someone walls you in or a castle drops you, could be really solid, and there's the castle. Yeah, Red has no army. Now, at higher elos, I would say that Red needs to drop a castle defensively and go fast imp for trebuchets. That's not going to be easy to think about here. Red clicks the scout outside the walls for the first time in a while, loses the scout. So that was just a bit of an investigation. Can Red win this game now? Because this castle could mean lots of damage. The walls could go down. The tower will definitely go down. Army could run through. But the best way for you to deal with this... That's a very tall castle, by the way, the new Celt castle. The best way to deal with this is trebuchets. So Imperial Age would be the best thing. Red does not do that. Red's going to invest even deeper in Castle Age. Handcart, bowsaw, heavy plow, gold shaft mining. But I like this play from Blue. Blue added stone walls. Red only went palisades. And yo, let's go, Blue! Yes! Yes! This is what I'm talking about. This is what we wanted. It's so easy, guys. I'm telling you, on Glade, stonewalling in your opponent is the strat. That's so smart. And then you just have the whole map, and they're just stuck in there. It is crazy to me, though, how Red didn't really panic. Like, Red went no army the whole game and only eco. Red continues to go no army and only eco. And, guys, there is a special thing you can do with the Khmer. With your Ballista Elephant, you can chop through the trees. Red could actually escape. Hagbard says, we've had this tactic nonstop on Glade from the first hour, T90. Listen, I'm allowed to talk about things, all right? Why are you making it seem like my point is revolutionary, all right? Maybe I shouldn't have implied it like this is this big mind-bending thing that no one else would have thought of. But I know there's people here who probably are learning from this. Double layer wall. I like it. Is blue going to go imp? Blue's resources are looking good for imp. You going up to imp here, blue? Maybe sell off some wood at the market? Maybe? Or just wait for those 3 vills to drop off golds? I think blue's plan is imp, right? Wall him in, head to imp, and then build a gate and run in. Right? Hello? Blue? Okay, blue's going to get relics. By the way, I don't have market events on. And now a new TC. I mean, red can win this game, guys. Red has not been attacked. Red is walled in, but red has not been attacked whatsoever. And red is a really sick eco. I would say red should drop a castle in the base. You still have enough stone and gold to get to Imperial Age and make trebs. But the only gold that red has remaining is here. 1,700 gold. Blue will snag the relics. Now, ideal world, you probably, in case this gets pushed, which blue isn't thinking about. Blue thinks, oh, how can I lose this game? I'm so far ahead. I've got 3 A's in my name. And I've got 3 different ways to victory. Like, Nathan, whatever, is so thinking this is over. When it's not. But yeah, ideally, if you get pushed here, you probably want to take the relics into your base. Because you could lose everything out here. Dang. You guys want to hear something interesting? So, his name is actually Nathan, which I don't think it's the Nathan, but like 2 years ago, I got a random Facebook message from this guy I went to high school with. We weren't really friends, but we knew each other enough where we were like friends on Facebook. And he said, I don't remember the exact wording now, but he was like, he said, I was watching this guy named Tristan. Sorry, I was watching this guy cast Age of Empires on YouTube for a couple years until I heard his name Tristan. And then he told stories from his childhood and said he was from Central PA. And then I realized, holy crap, that's the Tristan I went to high school with. So it was kind of out of the blue. I didn't check my Facebook messages that frequently, so. But yeah, so there is a Nathan out there. I don't know if this is him or not. Now, blue did click up to imp, but it's in this TC behind a couple vills. And red is getting tusk swords now, which will add attack to battle elephants, which we haven't seen yet. Man, how is red so patient, dude? Like, red is walled in, castle dropped, and red is just chilling. Blue's doing the right things, outposts around the outsides, trying to see what's happening in there. Doesn't know about that castle, and now we have trebs on the way. Man, this is sick. Red is slowly running out of gold, but there is enough gold here to use for now. Blue will make it to imp, though, unless this TC gets trebbed, which I don't think will happen. Oh, man. See, blue, if you knew... Guys, when your opponent's an imp and you're not, you probably don't want to invest another forward castle. That's more of like a backup and brace yourself castle, a defensive castle. Lapoy, thanks for the 17 months. But blue will have 3 relics, at least for now. But red's eco has been unreal. 2 minutes of idle TC times from red. 2 minutes. And we'll see some battle elephants as well. Now, red, which castle are you going to go for? There's also double crossbow. You have 2 castles to choose from, red. No pressure. No blacksmith upgrades for yet, red. So who knows? I don't know if red will actually do that. I don't know if blue will actually do that. Blue can't see the castle or the trebs. That's unfortunate. Like, I'm not going to be that critical of this castle because blue thinks the opponent's dead right now. Blue is going to be shocked at how much red can afford with this. Red, come on. Use your trebs, my friend. Time is of the essence here. You're about to run out of gold. Oh, look at blue. Blue's bringing mangonels for behind the wood line. That's really smart. Would be kind of interesting if blue goes for onager and cuts the trees by mistake to let red escape. Okay, now Nathan is in the Imperial Age. So I like blue's strat. I like blue's thinking. Blue utilizing the map. There's the onager upgrade. Villagers are going down now. But the trebs are here. So this is still so much happening for both at the same time. Red's losing vills and needs to back away from the wood line. Blue will lose the castle and needs to somehow deal with trebs. I don't know how you do that, except for make your own trebs. Both vill counts similar now because of raised losses from red. Red has not reacted to this. But red is probably looking at this. And this is good. This is satisfying to the eyes. One castle's down. Next castle will go down. But, like, blue, you have to be careful. Don't chop the trees. It's very easy to do that by mistake here. And then it can open this up and the elephants can get out. And I don't know if red knows you can use the ballista elephants to chop the trees. If red knows that, red could obviously do that anyways. But that's not... That's a pretty niche thing. And red has no gold now, guys. Red just sold 6,000 wood to get 1,800 gold. And immediately queued up Ballista Elephant and Elite Ballista. And red is escaping! Red is escaping, bro. This is sick. What a game, dude. They both played excellent Age of Empires. Let's go. Blue sees that and blue's in a full-on panic. Blue's like, what? Jailbreak? What is that? I'd be worried. Now, onagers are pretty good against ballistas. They're not necessarily good against the battle elephants, so you probably need some support for the battle elephants. The relics are right there for blue. Red only 15 on food. That's not much. And I doubt blue is going to add a lot more on food while this is happening. But the ballista elephants get flattened by the onagers. Let's go. And this is where the battle elephants are needed. And here they come. Here they come. They're on the way. So a couple elephants will go down, but I think most of the onagers will die as well. No upgrades. So Castle Fire and Woads and Siege will do some damage. But the elephants still... Well, I guess they have the +3 attack. No gold for red. Red needed like jailbreak and then a robbery. You need both. You can't just jailbreak because then you're poor and you can't, you can't pay rent. And, this isn't real life advice. Don't escape from prison if you are... Well, why are we talking about this? Anyways, Spearman now for blue would be amazing. And trebuchets from red now sitting behind blue's walls. But I mean, onagers can hit that. The red's selling more at the market. The prices will get increasingly worse. But that's still a way to get resources, especially when you have such a good food eco. The onagers are here. The onagers are here. The onagers are attacking the elephants. Now they're attacking the... Well, still attacking the elephants, and blue will lose the castle. Complete and utter panic mode for blue. But it's wild because the ballistas are actually not the unit you want now if you're red. You want the regular elephants. The battle elephants are doing the job. The ballistas will not. So hard to know that, though, right? Man, this is a stressful game. Loom for blue. Okay. All right. But red only has like 2 battle elephants here, and they're super weak. I think blue might resign, honestly. Blue is in full panic mode. There's pikes. Okay. One more battle elephant. One more battle elephant. You stupid pikeman. Get over here. These vills are running from these elephants to build a panic TC. Dude, this elephant's insane. Come on, blue. You can do it. You can do it. I believe. Kill that elephant. Kill it. Okay, it's dead. Now the onager can kill the rest, maybe? Oh, it's a slaughter for blue. Blue clicked out all the vills to finish the barracks. Now blue has clicked the elephants onto the onager. And... Oh, that's worth it. The gold income is here now for Mr. Tetris. But there's onager attack from blue on the sides. Guys, they're both losing so many vills. And this is sick from blue. You give up on this because this is painful. You need more production. Nice job. I like the extra TC as well. And getting back to producing villagers is also important when you take losses. Red has not really done that. But Red's elephants are insanely tough to take down. Especially when blue doesn't have any blacksmith upgrades. Now, I think this was chopped open, guys. There's an opening here now as well for red to come out. I don't know if red knows that, but that was just blue attacking some vills. And yeah, now the elephants can come this way. That's not exactly good. By the way, scorpions would be really good. It's tough to afford now, but a lot of scorpions against elephants is always a good play. What a game. Guys, who do you think wins this game? It's hard for me to say. I like the grit and determination from blue with this. I think this is going to go a long way for blue. But I like the units for red. But I like the cost for blue. Oh, but I like the farming eco for red. I don't know. I guess I'll go red with a lot of chat, but I think it genuinely could go either way. Now, the ballistas, they die pretty fast to onagers, but they will kill the pikes. So you need that combo. It's super hard to control that combo if you're blue when your buildings are separated like this, but that's why you need more siege workshops over here. Red, though, can gain these relics. And blue, I guess, wanted another sneaky siege workshop, which will be denied. But blue's got time, man. Like, blue's got time. Blue might not feel like it, because who knows? Maybe this army could immediately come to the main eco. But blue could be okay here. Would love to see the Halb upgrade. The Halb upgrade is such a big jump. But blue's just like, I need everything I can. So let's just make a bunch of Woad Raiders. I hope blue doesn't feel like onagers aren't doing anything, because they actually are. Woads will be out. Standard Woads are okay. 70 HP, 11 attack. That's not great against ballistas. Wow, red's really impressing me. I wasn't expecting red to queue this many vills again. That's insane. Red is 27 vills in queue now as well. Blue will drop siege workshops, though. Hoarding's on the way from red. What a game, dude. What a fun game. Without Khmer, he's completely toast, right? Because he would never be able to escape to do counter damage. And blue would just sit outside and camp the rest of the game. And yeah, Khmer, late game, when you have gold, when you have res, really tough civilization to stop. And Celts are a dominant civ in late game, but they're hard to use. Controlling Halb Siege at this elo is just asking for you to kill your own units. It's not easy. I would love to see... Oh, check this out. I was just going to say, I'd love to see blue raid the eco. And red is actually going to wall that. Smart thinking to realize that the Woads could come in. Red doesn't know there's Woads, but still. So now you're controlling the only choke point into your base. Blue could delete these walls and just attack the palisades, but that's harder to think about. Oh, man, dude. Blue's going to have an army. Blue's going to have an army. Onagers from the main base. Not a lot of resources left in the main base anymore. Lots of golden stone available out here for blue, though. Blue 140 pop. I'd like to see red be a little bit more clinical here. Like, or not clinical, but... I'd like to see red go attack the main base from blue. Here go the Woads. And they'll kill one elephant? Yeah, dude. Again, no armor, no attack upgrades against elite ballistas. It's always going to be tough. So you're pretty much just hoping the pikes will kill the elephants, like the battle elephants, and then the onagers take out the ballistas. But yeah, one tech research the entire... Well, That's not exactly true. Like, 1 eco and blacksmith tech researched the entire game for blue. Blue's completely forgotten about that. And red could be in, so blue might fight soon. Red's eco is crazy strong, man. Crazy. This is good, because the units here are expensive. Not easy to replenish, like a pikeman, which is super easy. What's going to happen here? Okay, blue does have onagers waiting. So I don't think blue's going to bring this army over in support. Is blue attack grounding the opening? So when red runs through there, red will run right into the shots? That's amazing. That is great thinking, bro. I love that. Look, blue also thought about rewalling it, but then realized that he would kill his own vill. That's kind of smart. I don't know if red will notice that or not. If red notices that, the battle elephant should go through. That's the main thing. If red just makes more battle elephants with the ballistas, I think it'll work. I think red will win. Blue's making a ton of onagers, though, bro. Props to blue for spending resources. Not on blacksmith upgrades, but just in general. Just units. Just stuff. And more vills. Best game of the day. Maybe best game of the month of Low Elo Legends. Right here. This is so good. Anything could happen from here. I don't think red is ever going to make anything but elephants, which is concerning. Red only has, like, 3k more gold here, and didn't pick up the relics yet either. This is costly stuff, right? That villager has seen some stuff. He's going to leave. And, oh, blue has found the blacksmith! You might be in trouble, red. Blue has found the blacksmith through the trees. And we'll get some blacksmith upgrades at least. The big upgrade, though, is Halb. You need these pikes to be upgraded to the next level. Woads are just a waste, in my opinion. No need to make some Woad Raiders. Siege engineers would also help the siege. But that's already been researched, actually. Okay. And there's a lot more siege back here as well. I want to see blue do this attack ground thing, like, across the whole front of the base. I want to see red get blacksmith upgrades as well. And I want to see red go elite battle elephant, which is now on the way. Sick. Okay. Sick. Also, getting those relics would be really nice, but there's a lot happening here. Ooh, look at red sneakily over here. Wow, blue can't see that? Are you kidding me? Blue cannot see that. By the way, we might see Siege Onager in a low elo 1v1. Because blue's banking up res for something. Siege Onager with Celt hits hard. It's like, what, 1,500 food, 1,000 gold for that upgrade. Yeah, blue does not know that red is taking the extra stone and gold. How important will that be? Also, chickens, can you shut up, please? We've got a battle to fight. Siege Onager on the way. Upgrade will complete. Let's go, dude. Yeah, there's some big concern that blue will accidentally kill his own units. I guess that's fine if you kill your opponent's units as well. But look how many elephants are here. That's too many elephants to deal with. I'm sorry. Like, all the siege onagers would have to be microed perfectly. Red is a macro god. It's so funny to see these techs next to each other. It feels so out of place. Wheelbarrow and then siege onager. Well, guys, remember blue built outposts earlier in the game? Oh! Okay, well... This might end up working out for blue. Blue will lose units, but blue will then know to send units over here. Red still isn't pushing. Both players waiting. And yeah, now blue will find out the hard way that there's some elephants there. But could probably bring an onager over, and everything's fine. Ballista elephants are killing the vills. Siege onager now is completed. Blue, do not destroy your own castle foundation, please. Uh-oh. Okay, it's fine because the elephants are coming close. That could have been bad. These things are powerful, guys. Oh, red, careful. Oh, red's gonna make a move. Red's making a move. Blue will see this. Bring the pikes, blue. Bring the pikes. There's something to be said about moving first. Did red click the onagers? I think red clicked the onagers with the trebs. There's the siege onagers, guys. Say goodbye to the elephants. Blue's got a chance here. Siege onagers insane. Say goodbye, ballista elephants. Goodbye. 150 pop for both. Here comes the... Oh, the Halb upgrade comes in at the perfect time. Expensive losses on both sides. I think you could argue it was more expensive for red, though. And blue will hold. Blue will also be able to take this stone of gold here in a second. And blue will keep the castle up because those trebs will go down. That is siege onager for you guys. Wow. That was insane. Heavy losses on both sides. They might need some time to recover. But this feels valuable. But honestly, the gold is more valuable than that stone, I would say. Both players using the market. The market is not giving good prices because of what red did earlier. But still, you can get some gold from that. There's a total of 10k gold left on the map. Only 200 stone, which is, I guess, the stones blue's going to get there. Look at these golds right between them. Super helpful. Now, what you should do in red's position, by the way, is you got to just make light cav with that food to snipe the onagers. You'll lose a lot of them to Halb in theory, but it's cheap. Red doesn't care, dude. Red is spending like he's using his mom and dad's credit card right now. Red does not care about longevity here at all. If there's gold in the account, red is going to make a gold unit. And that's a bit risky. Okay, blue sees this now. And blue can now take this gold. Red needs trebs. Man, the siege onagers with any other civ might not have done as much there, but because the onagers fire so fast, the elephants couldn't even get in close. It's insane what Celt siege onagers can do. Like, look how fast the next volley is. It's such a quick follow-up. And they're everywhere, dude. They're everywhere. Again, red doesn't know, though. You need the regular elephants, my friend. Not the ballistas. Ballistas will die to a siege onager. And, oh, man. What a game. Let's go, blue. I thought blue was going to resign when red escaped. Now, blue, don't get too excited and only make siege onagers, please. I think that's going to happen. Oh, God. Make some halbs. Make some halbs. Oh, no. Oh, no. Please make some halbs. No. You might not be able to recover from these losses. Oh, God. Blue is going to be asking for financial support. Cue the Bernie Sanders meme. Oh, man. I mean, it could have been worse, I guess. It still can be worse. Blue does have this gold at least now. And I mean, that was worth it for red. Not the ballista elephant losses, but the battle elephants was sick. Red has 70 pikes in queue? Okay, well, at least red is making a unit that doesn't cost gold now. I like that. I like that a lot. I also... Oh, blue's onagers were trapped. I thought that was a tactic, but no, they were trapped. Fortunately for blue, they were, though, because now blue has some defense. Oh, but this is blue's farming eco, guys, and it's getting raided. And, oh, now blue's got trebs to go after the castle? Okay. But blue, where are the halbs? Where are the halbs? You need halbs here. Pointy boys are needed. Pointy boy emotes in chat to give blue some energy here. Everything's falling apart. The elephants are into the eco. The castle does go down, but all the siege onagers have been sniped by the elephants. The pikes now from red? It's just a cheap unit that can actually be a bit of a meat shield and snipe the trebs there too. And I don't know if blue can recover from this one. Wow, blue is raiding with wounds as well. They are both slaughtering the other eco. They both think they're winning. Hold up. Hold up. They're both gonna take crazy losses. Red will not see this. Red will never notice this. And blue isn't noticing this. Okay, blue noticed. Blue's gonna try and evacuate. Does red notice? Red noticed. How are these woads not getting in right now? Pathing problems. All right, that's kind of funny how they both noticed at the same time. Oh, God, a castle from red, which feels right, but that's going to be denied. As long as blue doesn't click the castle. Blue, you're clicking the castle. Click the units instead. That castle's not going up, guys. Here come the pikes from red. They're going to go somewhere. Oh, blue, stop clicking the castle. Just let the units engage. Just let them. They'll move to the next target. Don't click them. What is happening? Blue's evacuation. There's not a lot left there. It's 100 eco kills for both. The pikemen now from red are here to save the day. I mean, red's pop is still really high because of the army. But if blue makes it more army, this could be pretty even economically. Remember, red never got those relics. That was crazy, man. Blue also churning out villagers out of this TC. There's only that TC there, and then these vills need to work. Yeah, blue is hurt worse. I love the fact that red's gone for help. That's the one thing red missed, was just a unit that is cheap. And when red makes units, red makes a lot of units. We have 69 halbs already. That's one thing red does a really good job of, is just produce. We saw that from red with the eco. We saw that with red with the elephants, and now the halbs. And even though blue killed just as many vills, blue lost TCs and will lose houses. And will lose like a whole area of the base. Red can finish this castle, and red can still have the TCs. Red should be fine, but red doesn't have gold. Guys, if red's making halbs into siege onagers, has no gold to make trebs, doesn't get the relics, red could stall out here. I don't think this is over. Blue's got 2 TCs. Blue has access to gold. Blue has 3 castles here. Halbs with no upgrades don't push castles. I don't know. Someone says, but 650 elo can't micro siege onagers. Do you have to when 650 elo can't micro halbs? I mean, I think we saw good and bad examples of the siege onager micro. It can go either way. You don't need that good of micro when you've got this many siege onagers. And 20 halbs just get deleted off the map. Blue, still fighting. Again, we've got 6k gold left on the map. A lot of that is in blue's possession. And blue is trebs here, too. Red's going to send stuff now. Red's going to send it now. And is going to have to bring it from down here. Or this castle gets taken out. Props to blue for making a move fast. Blue, for the love of God, if you don't make halbs, though, I'm going to scream. Don't kill yourself. Don't kill... Okay. Camp your trebs, my friend. Don't raid with siege onagers. These are not hussars. Where are we going? Where are we going? You're getting a little too excited here, pal. A little too excited. Okay, trebs are there. Red has all the army down here. I think red will click them to save the day. The halbs, by the way, don't get squires. They're super slow with the Khmer. Red will lose the castle. And protection on that wood line. The wood raiders may follow in there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Who said you need to micro? Who said it? And blue's actually doing a great job to not friendly fire as well. Oh, my God. The massacre. And blue is back in it, guys. Vill counts even. Military counts even. Blue still has some access to gold. Blue lost this castle, though. I don't think blue realized that, because I didn't realize that, to red's treb. And red's got a second treb now. Red does have a little bit of gold here, too. This This game is nuts. This is what Low Elo Legends is all about. I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. They want things to be optimal. They want things to be perfect all the time. And that can be fun too. But dude, this is Age of Empires, man. This is Age of Empires. Back and forth. Different unit comps. And Woad Raider's now into the wood line. Red's going to lose 20 vills. And Red still could push this way. Red has a decision to make. What I love about Blue now is Blue is the one making the like, controlling the game and making the choices, which dictate the pace. Kind of crazy, though, that Red keeps pushing Blue at the same time. Woad Raiders are not elite, right? They're not. Town Bell from Red. So a lot of villagers go idle now because of that. And it's worse with Khmer because they go into houses. TC goes down. Red is pushing both castles. Bro. Red is pushing both castles while losing the base. Red's like, I will not react to your siege onagers. They are too strong. You come fight my elephants. So yeah, it's another base trade. Red still has 10k food. Red could spam Halbs again. I don't know if that's actually a good unit now, but it's probably all you can make. Maybe, no, Hussars would be the better play. And neither player is responding to the other's push. Blue is housed and about to lose 2 castles. Where is Blue supposed to panic make that many houses? Blue can't make units because of the pop cap. Guys, like, this is bad. This is real bad. Already housed and about to lose 2 castles. We'll be missing like 50 or 60 pop space. Look at... Needs like freaking 10 houses. I don't think Blue will realize that. Okay, Blue is pulling back to deal with this now. Blue has that and then 2 Trebs and the Woads attacking there. And clearly has like guard on the Halbs there. Or on the siege onagers with the Halbs. But that's a lot of elephants. Okay, the Halbs are in front, I think. That's a lot of elephants. And Blue needs Halbs. And Blue can't because Blue is pop capped. Is this how Red wins? Is this how Red wins? Blue can't make more units. Everything like that is queued up will not come out. Is this how Red wins? Red's able to produce more vills. Who cares if Red loses those houses? Red still has castles elsewhere. Red can still cook. Blue is completely stalled out. Blue can't produce anything. Siege Onager gets to clear there. Trebs will go down here. TC gets garrisoned, but I mean, those elephants are going to kill so much. I expect Blue to fight more. And Blue will be able to get some more units now because Blue's lost so many. And Red's going to lose another dozen villagers there. Pretty soon, they're both going to be in Dark Age all over again. Oh, no. Oh, no, Red. You have elephants for that. See, these people just got their houses destroyed, and they're not happy about it. They really like those houses. It wasn't perfect, you know? Like, the plumbing was a little awkward. And the paint... They've been meaning to replace that for a couple years, but, you know, it had character. They really liked that house. And down go the vills, down go the stables. Elephants are still cooking. But Blue's making Halbs. Blue's making Halbs. Blue's got more vills out of this TC, more vills out of this TC. Blue's not done yet. We are not done yet. Also, villagers beat the Treb somehow. Don't ask me how that happened. Okay. So 55 population versus 87 pop. An absolute grind here. Couple things to remind you of. The big one, the gold that's remaining is here. And actually, technically, Red's got 300. But that gold is right here in the middle. Red still has not taken these relics. Red could always do that. Now would be a perfect time. And guys, Red is producing vills out of these town centers to recover. Doesn't have many active farmers, but can fix that with a mill there. That's perfect. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be a crazy uphill battle for Blue to win now, because just even taking down these castles feels impossible. But the comp of Halb Siege Onager can do it. And it's unfortunate blue never got more upgrades on the helps. Actually, if blue didn't get pop capped there, in that moment, like if blue had more houses somewhere else, I think blue is in a much better spot. Getting pop capped there was brutal. And a lot of that credit to red because red raided the main base, right? Blue's going to have like 5 or 6 siege onagers again. And red is only going to make ballista elephants, which as we've seen die to the siege onagers. And red refuses to make light cav. Blue can win this game. Blue can win this freaking game. Yo, English Nemesis, Brave Sir Robin, Limiting Factor, Lapoy, thank you so much, guys. Sorry if I missed some subs. Maybe some new people here in chat I missed. Blue is in the zone now. Blue's like, I keep getting housed. I need to fix that. Let's go. More houses. Double, Bowsaw coming in now. Elite Expat, thanks for the Prime. Thank you, Keeper of Souls. Thank you, Sunnyflower, for the 71. Welcome back to you as well. Thank you, thank you. By the way, I was unpacking my backpack the other day, and the German vitamin C fizz tablets were in my backpack. So thanks again for that. Oh my god, more houses going down. I feel bad for blue. Come on, build faster. Build faster, villagers. Is blue trying to sneak back into the main base right now? Oh, sneaky woats. Okay. What's this vill doing? I mean, coming in here to take this gold would be nice. That's an extra 200 gold. I don't know. Is blue going to try and reboom? And blue's woad raiders force the town bell. Lots of idle time, but die. What's this villager's plan? Cavalier now for red. Red, you are just addicted to gold units. See, I don't think red is ever going to make halbs again because of what happened last time. Halb is actually not bad against Halb Siege Onager. It feels weird to say, but Halb v Halb, your Halbs don't die as fast against their Halbs like Cav would. But obviously, you still die to the Onagers. Oh, man, red taking this gold is sick. That's so good. And keeping blue off of this. Blue is a fighter. Let's go, Nathan. Let's go. We're rebooming. He'll never expect us here. That's smart. Red will never go back in there. Red thinks that's off limits now, or that's completely killed off. The issue I see for blue is blue can't make trebs, guys, to push castles. Here we go. Siege Onager. Red, all of your gold has gone into the wrong unit, dude. This is... This is horrible. Make the other elephants, please. Make the other elephants. It's completely fine. Ballistas against siege onagers again. Well, this is how we learn, guys. Did your parents ever let you do something pretty stupid growing up just so you would learn yourself? I know mine did from time to time. Because you're not going to listen to your parents. You need to make your own lessons, learn your own lessons, and that's what's happening here. Well, I don't know what red needs to see to think this isn't a good idea, exactly. But maybe someday. Elephants have died. But now we have Cavalier. All very costly on golds. Much faster, though, and can snipe the siege onagers. But the halbs could kill them. So there's still a chance for blue. I'm not ready to give up on blue, guys. I really am not. I know it seems like impossible because red's got such good setup. But red will run out of gold eventually. Red is spending gold in the wrong things. Red won't make trash units. And red won't get relics. And blue is churning out vills too and not getting raided. So if this gets to a 0 golds game, it, like, obviously blue can't approach the castles, which is horrible. But I don't know. Like, I still feel like maybe there's some chances. Halbs are going to check the gold. Blue will probably be annoyed that those vills have taken it this whole time. But still, the villagers will get killed slowly. Red has just never made enough halbs. Like, red needs more... Why did I say red? Well, I mean, red could make more halbs, but blue. Blue needs more halbs. And it's that combo of using the halbs and the onagers at the same time that is very tough. Super easy to kill your own units, like many people have said. All right. Villagers die. There we go. Blue back on gold. And red massing the Cavalier. Now, this was like Cav. They still do a decent job at maybe sniping the siege, and it doesn't cost any gold. But red is spending all gold on these units all the time and has no more gold income now. So, I mean, if red goes forward with the Trebs and the Cavalier and loses them, red is kind of stuck. I don't know if blue will ever get a castle again, though. Dimriser, I'm great. This game is sick. I kind of want a coffee right now, but I can't step away. We'll save that. This has been fun. I hope chat's enjoyed it too. I hope YouTube's loving this one, dude. This is sick. I can't control who watches what, right, on YouTube. So you just kind of hope that people will watch the best games and that the YouTube algorithm and recommendations will do its thing. I'm not sure exactly how to title this. They haven't spoken at all. But that's future me's problem. All right, red obviously knows about the gold, isn't happy about that gold being stolen. That's still more than worth it for blue. That's a lot of valuable time on gold. And now blue can send the halbs. No upgrades on the Cav whatsoever, not even bloodlines. The halbs have the bonus attack. And, oh god, blue attack. Attack. Okay. They have the +1/+1 at least. But blue unfortunately mismicroed. So what blue did there was clicked one unit in the middle. So the units walked past half the group and took a lot of damage before attacking. Attack moving there or patrol would help. Cavalier come in for the siege, but they'll take the siege and all the Cavalier will die. So, well, I think most of it will die. Let's see. Yeah. So none on gold for red. Now red continues to sell wood, sell food to get more gold. But red, I swear to God, if you make more Cavalier right now, I'm going to lose my mind. Like, make a trash unit again, my friend, and get those relics. Those relics would give you endless gold. More elephants. Ah! I mean, red's got a crazy eco. Red is playing forest nothing here, but won't make a trash unit. Okay, now we have halbs at least. That's good. That's wood and food. You can lose them, and it's fine. That's fine. Blue probably can't believe he's still in the game. 59 vills, still way behind. Way behind. Halb is, like I said, Halb is fine. Halb is fine, and red knows how to queue more than anyone of this elo, maybe. Just 70 more Halbs in queue. That's what it's all about. Honestly, Halbs in front and Ballista's behind, the engagements will go much better. I think red can take this now. They're both going to share the gold, which makes sense because they've been so closely contested this game. It's only honorable now that they share the gold. I mean, blue doesn't have a single castle. Red just needs to break this line of siege onagers and halbs. One time, and then maybe blue finally taps out. I wouldn't say that you're really overbooming here if you're red. 140 vills is more than fine, especially because red has a tendency to let the military units die. So if you're going to take losses, you need the eco to support that. I think this might be where the game ends, guys. Let's see. Blue will obviously click the elephants there. But the halbs are dying badly. But they're still killing a couple siege onagers, which is something that blue will struggle to recover from. You see what I mean? How the halbs actually survive longer there than the Lycav would against halbs, because they just don't take much damage from the other halbs. Unfortunately, no squires is a problem. Red, cancel that freaking cavalier and make a monk, for the love of God. I love you so much. But this tendency to have to make another gold cav unit just bothers me. I appreciate you sticking to your game, though. Would love to see a monastery. Would love to see the relics. Maybe Red doesn't believe in God. And Red says, we will not win through the Lord. Blue's been rebooming. 66 vills still. A long way to go to catch up to Red. And still they're waiting until all the gold in the map is gone. There's just a little bit left now. Yeah, the relics probably blend in with everything else. I mean, it's super messy game, right? Hard to think clearly on things. But 163,000 resources brought in by one player and 103,000 by the other. Blue has played amazing considering the lack of eco. But eco typically wins. Halbs get in, kill one siege onager. At what cost, though? A lot of these siege onagers are still exposed. The Halbs are getting pickoffs. And that weird counter to Halb SO being just Halb is a statement that still feels kind of weird for me to say, but it seems to have worked well enough there. And Red's gonna make more Cavalier! Stop spending your gold on Cavalier, bro. Well, I mean, guys, he hasn't been mining gold in a long time, so like from Red's position, you can always do this. Because Red can always sell wood and always sell food. So I guess this cycle can just continue forever. Blue is constant Halb production. Blue's about to get housed again. Blue's Halb production could be pretty insane at this point, though. Like, Blue could keep up with the Halb spam. There's 600 gold there, which they both forgotten about. There's 300 gold here, which they both are focusing on. There is a little bit of gold in Blue's starting base. Right there, that's 200. I mean, that's a couple siege onagers. I mean, is this just going to go forever? Are we in the same cycle that will never end? Where Red will continually just spend the gold on Cav, and then Blue can always make Halbs. Like, it's easier for Blue to make Halbs now than earlier, and Blue didn't die. Blue's also getting, we'll get handcart eventually. Blue's getting houses. I get Red's setup is so good with the castles. I don't see how Red ever dies, but I also don't think Red can necessarily finish Blue right now. How much wood is left on the map? Don't say that. Don't say that. This will not become a wood game. Do not speak that into existence, okay? Don't even erase that, please. There's 600k wood. This will not become a wood game. Please, no. Oh, that'd be horrible. All right, here goes Blue. Creeping forward with the siege onagers. Blue still has barracks there, too. That's some free wood. All right, Blue. Checking things out. Oh, God! Blue is attack grounding as well. Yo, let's go, Blue. Who said that this elo can't control siege onagers? Take it back. Uh-oh, that one could be a problem. Okay, almost friendly fire. Okay, the cav is coming in now. Blue, bring your halbs in. And just click the siege onagers behind. Oh, it's going to be an absolute slaughter. Oh, God. Okay, well, at least Red had the recognition that that wasn't a good fight. And Blue is getting upgrades that Blue didn't have before for the halbs. And Red doesn't have blacksmith upgrades. No, this game's never gonna end, bro. Everything's setting up for a perfect stalemate, honestly. Oh, look at them both sell. They're counter selling. You know how you counter the market? You gotta hit the market harder on the other side. Bam, 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 bam. At the same time. Just trying to get as much gold as possible. All right. Blue creeping forward again. Blue, make more houses. There's more houses. The trebs! No! Not the Trebs! Yikes, dude! This game is the tip of the yikesberg here. Those Trebs are so exposed. It's going to be so hard to get Trebs again. Then again, red still has so much gold. Red is taking this gold, by the way. What a game, man. What a game. Back and forth. Stables are starting to go down. Is red going to use the Trebs against the siege onagers? That could work. Or it could not work. I mean, if the Trebs are going to sit there, you might as well try and use them. And now red's going to make more ballista elephants, bro. Bro. Do not sign up for red's army, guys. All right? I don't care what they're offering you in for terms of pay or benefits. It's not worth it. You're not coming home. Doesn't matter how cool you're going to look on that elephant or horse. It's not worth it. But okay, there's only one siege onager now. Oh, man, those pointy boys are extra pokey. Extra pointy. And I'm sure there will be more of them now for blue, because blue is selling at the market. There's 1,000 gold remaining. Red's taking most of that with that one vill. Red is going to finally make something over here for the first time in a while. Now, there's still Woad Raiders there, which have been there for, I don't know, an hour? So they might be attacked. I think red maybe wants to go for a ram push. This is tough, dude. This is tough. A big part of this game is that red never expects blue to be down here. Has no clue that there's like 40 villagers to go kill. If that got hit, blue would be in big trouble to defend from that. Look at them both use the market at the same time again. Blue's got the pop lead, guys. Dale, thanks for the 33 months. I really hope it's not a wood game. Thank you, Pulse. Thanks for the support, guys. 73 halbs and 5 siege onagers. The other thing about blue now, it's kind of the perfect ratio. You're not over making siege onagers, you're not under making halbs. Hold on, we have monks. Oh, red remembered. I assume red is making monks to actually take the relics, right? Okay, there's the monk. And what's he doing? Yep, picks it up, puts it in the monastery. Yeah, that's huge. Because that's the one thing that red has not been doing this entire game, is getting those. Red would have had like 7k gold from those relics. That is huge. So now you've got the 140 eco. You have the food, you have the wood, you have the relics. Heavy scorpion. Okay, heavy scorpions actually... Oh god, the woads are here though. The woads must have caught something or blue moved them. Well, heavy scorpion is actually better than the elephants at sniping the siege onagers. Believe it or not. But it's expensive. At least there's going to be the gold now. Couple raids here from the woads. Seems like the woads may die to the castle fire. Just noticed ballistics isn't in either. So we don't have a single university or blacksmith tech from red. That's crazy. Red's so good. Red is so good, just lacking some critical knowledge. That's a lot of scorps, though. They're still going to have the extra bolt. They still have a little bit of extra range. I mean, Scorpions got ballistics in a recent patch, so for a long time they didn't get it. Ah, and blue found the rest of that gold. Okay. How does blue break castles, though? And please don't say siege onager numbers, because that would be something else. Let's pretend that that's the answer. How many siege onagers until you can justify trying that? Like, 20? Because if you have the halbs in front and red doesn't notice, the castles will be attacking the halbs, right? At least 30. I think you need a lot. Yeah, I think you need a lot. What a game, guys. Like, they started here and here. They both took horrible losses in their starting eco, and here we are. Okay, blue's moving forward. Onager from red now. Okay, so at least red's looking through options to see what else is possible. I appreciate that. Instead of the same thing, which hasn't necessarily been working. Stables will fall. Also, blue still doesn't have a horse color, by the way. So a lot of wood wasted there if this does become a wood game. And oh no. Sad elephant noises. Sad elephant noises. Oh my goodness. I don't think red knew the elephants were chasing though. Blue baited them. And now red knows to back away. And backs away to the monk, which is very wise. Blue, don't. No, 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 no. Oh my god! They outranged the castle because red doesn't have fletching. Nobody noticed that. I didn't notice that. The siege onagers actually outranged the castle. What is happening? There is a good chance for blue to win this game. Apparently people in chat noticed that. Oh, you're so much more observant than me. What? I just don't think of that. Like, I think by default, castles outrange siege. Like, that's just my default way of thinking. Oh, man. And now blue has sold their soul and their children's soul to get the stone for a market. Or sorry, a castle. And is going to drop it there? Oh, blue, can you be a little bit more defensive with that, please? Here comes the Scorpion raid. I would really like to see that more defensive because that's the only castle you're probably ever going to have now. I like to see it right where the vills are right now. But, okay. Scorpions from the side. I mean, if red moves in this way, there's a lot of houses. There's a lot of eco. Red does not see this. Oh, my word, dude. Blue can't make many, but then blue will be able to make trebs. Red just does not know what to make against this because the siege onagers are so powerful. Mining camps down. Now, blue sees that. And red has tried everything except for light cav against these siege onagers. And no! No! I said the scorpions are better than the elephants. They're not great. They're not great at all. And the SO... taking great fights again. Now the elephants are coming in this way. Oh, man. Literally the two things that the siege onagers are designed to kill, but red doesn't know what else to try. Red is addicted to gold units, man. And the elephants go down. The scorpions are going to go down. Painful, painful losses for red. And red, who had what I consider to be the unlosable position, might lose this game. And on paper, like, making light cav feels bad because there's halbs, but light cav is just food. It's not gold. All these other units are gold. You've got to make light cav here. Even the halbs were better. Guys, blue still has to push to those relics, I think, to make me think that blue can win this. And blue's going to make some woads now. Similar, like, I don't think woads actually change anything. I would consider woads a big waste of gold here. Blue is going to re-wall this, though, I guess. Oh, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. Do you guys ever watch, like, 8 or 9-year-olds play, like, football or soccer? You know, there's, like, no teamwork. They're, like, huddled in, like, a circle, kicking each other's shins. They're, like, kicking it in the wrong goal. They're... I refereed for a pretty long time. At times, Loey the Legends is kind of like that. It's like they understand the concept, but there's bits and pieces of the strategy or whatever missing. Obviously, Age of Empires way different than that. Red's like, onagers are sick. I want to go onagers now. And unfortunately, Blue's onager micro is god tier. And blue has the superior onagers. Well, I don't know about god tier. Guys, red is producing more vills. Red is playing Force Nothing. Red, you need less vills now. 150 villagers. Red's like, well, if my units die that fast, I might as well. And red sells at the market again. Gets insane amounts of gold again. And what's the choice this time? Any guesses on what gold unit is made? Ballista elephants. Classic. Okay. Blue's like, oh, there's more gold. Let's take that. Okay. I don't think red can do this, guys. I think red lacks critical knowledge. And red has shown time and time again that gold units will be the priority. And it's hard for red to make anything else other than what's being made. And blue doesn't have to switch at all. Blue's making the right thing. The only thing blue needs is trebs now. Also, blue, don't attack the siege workshops, please. Don't attack the siege. Okay, well, scorpions are really good against woads. Blue, we need some trebs. That's what you need. You need trebuchets. This would be a legendary win for you. This would be crazy. This is go to your neighbors after you finish the game, knock on the door, and say, do you know the game Age of Empires? And when they say no, say, too bad, come watch this. It's so good, right? And like, this is brag on the internet, everywhere you can about it. By the way, don't go knock on your neighbors' doors telling them they need to watch Age of Empires, because I know a guy who's done that. Doesn't work out very well. Siege Onagers here against the Scorpions again. Halbs are not anywhere close, but there's no elephants close. 109 villagers on wood for red. But for red, that's eventual gold income, because red can sell that. But man, these Siege Onagers are insane. Now, I said that blue needs trebs. Blue doesn't actually need trebs. Blue just needs onagers too. But I think blue's scared. Like, they're like, they don't want to make... Blue doesn't want to make any mistakes because there's very few resources left on the map. And blue's going to sell again. And blue's going to push this way instead of the castle, which is interesting. Feels to me like maybe blue could just push this, but blue's gained a lot of momentum. And it's got full control now. How much wood is left, by the way? 531k. Red is playing full-on force nothing over here. Now, red is switching into elephants, and the halbs are not always immediately next to everything here. Nice micro there from blue. Really nice micro. So, you know, maybe blue loses these onagers if the elephants come in. I don't know where they are. It looks like they're here. 118 on wood for red. Who said siege onagers aren't insane at this level? Certainly not me. 267 gold. No, blue has been really impressive, actually. Blue has been using attack rounds way more than I expected. Red will go for a big wave of elephants again. This is the thing about Halb Siege Onager, guys. It's like it covers all the bases. If Siege Onager doesn't kill it, Halb kills it. If Halb doesn't kill it, Siege Onager kills it. It's just awkward to control. And it's slow. Like, if you're being raided, it's not good. But the raids aren't happening anymore. They're just fighting each other's armies. Here goes red. And this feels like a raid, actually. This feels like red is going to send the elephants into blue's eco. And ignore the SO, which is a good strat. We haven't seen a lot of that. There go the elephants. Blue knows nothing about this. Maybe blue does now, because blue clicked the Woad Raiders away. I think blue will take losses here, guys. Blue's halbs are way out of position. The siege onagers are over here taking out houses. Red is actually housed now. But panic time in blue city because blue doesn't have army here. And now blue's got to click all the way across the map to get those halbs. And there goes blue. Panic! Panic! Oh, blue slaughters his own vills because of this. Blue might even take out the TC because of this. Oh, God! Oh, no, guys. What is happening? It's a disaster for blue. This is an amazing play from red. Finally, red realizes the best way to do this is just avoid his army. And he's avoiding the army, all right, because the army is taking out the castle. Oh, my God. This game is ridiculous. Okay, blue's halbs get here. Oh! Who doubted red? Who doubted red? Because here he comes. Red will save the castle. Red can clear the siege onagers. Red has made it so blue does not have the halbs in the right position. And now the halbs have to go forward and all the onagers are going to go down, and Red's eco's been completely untouched, and Red can still cook. That was actually an amazing sequence of events from Red. That was so good, right? I say it all the time, right? If you're having a tough time in a particular area of the game, take the fight somewhere else and make your opponent come to you. And we talk about, like, waste of gold. Woad Raiders are not adding value here. Just siege and help. That's all you need to do, Blue. But in a game this long, in a game this crazy, when neither player has won, they keep thinking that they have to do something different. Well, except for Red. For Red, it's like, I need to make a different gold unit. Now, Red has 40 elephants in queue, but Red is pop-capped. Blue went through this earlier. And I'm not seeing any villagers building houses, so it's possible Red doesn't notice this. I also don't know what happened here. So if Red doesn't notice the PopCap issue, Red will never be able to make more than 14 military. Unless Red loses a bunch of vills, and all the vills are in the back. And Blue is building up. Well, we might see the vills go down, actually, because here comes Blue. They're called Woad Raiders after all, so they're going to go raid. And Blue's making more SO, and it's only 2 castles for Red, and 1 is barely up. Oh, man. This is going to cook Red. That's a lot of Woads, Blue, for a player who has no gold. It's funny because Blue thinks there's trees here, and those trees have been gone for so long. Okay, town bell from Red. Red is building houses with 1 villager in the back, by the way. Blue hears the bell. And where are you going? Just passing. Just passing's in the chat. It was just a trick. It was just a bait. He wants the enemy to panic. He just wanted a peek of what the enemy was doing. That's all. It's a recon team, yeah. It's true. Blue. Oh, true. Blue might think there's still trees here. Blue thinks there's nothing to raid. Blue thinks there's nothing to raid. Blue thinks he saw the entire town. But really, Red has chopped all those trees so long ago. Oh, dude, that's crazy. Blue's like, Red has no eco right now. He has absolutely no eco. I'm going to win the game. How can he have eco? There's no space there. Elephant raid. There's no town center here for Blue. And this is the soft underbelly of Blue's economy, and Red is going to raid it. Again. And Blue's halbs, I don't know where they are. They're over here. They're going to have to go back again. Blue, the best form of defense is offense here, my friend. They both found out that that's the case. But, like, Blue, you've just got to push him. And by the way, Red's house villager is still slowly building the houses. So eventually Red will have more army. Okay, a little bit of friendly fire here. That happens, though. Halbs. Some of the halbs are here. Some of the woads are here. That's worth it for Red. That's a good engagement. I think. Yeah, I mean, look how many siege onagers will go down here. This is a sick engagement. That's so good. This game is insane, guys. This feels scripted. By the way, it's not scripted. It's not rigged. But, like... Are you kidding me? No gold left on the map at this point. Or, sorry, 267. Where is that? That's here. No stone, obviously. We're under 500k wood. Red's housing issue has been solved. So Red's going to be up to freaking 50 elephants. 50. Well, actually, villagers would have to die to get to 50, but still. This is ridiculous, man. Yeah, guys, it's not rigged. It's not Friday. It's Tuesday. Come on. Like, get your days right. Will Red delete vills? I don't think so, but it's one of those weird things where that's why Red can always continue to do this. Because Red has so much more res brought in that Red can take bad fights. And believe me, Red takes bad fights. You've seen it. That's crazy amount of elephants. How is this guy doing this? It's because of the eco. Now, here go the elephants. Are they going to go raid again? I think that's Red's new strat. Red's new favorite strat is go raid, but be careful because there's an army waiting this time, Red. And the halbs are here. The woads are here. And most of the onagers have survived as well. That's good defense from blue. The elephants do have +3 attack, so it's not accurate saying they have 0 upgrades, but yeah, 0 blacksmith upgrades, no bloodlines. Probably no husbandry as well. It's kind of painful. Siege onagers onto the castle now. Those elephants go down. Is this the last stand from red? We see panic ballistas on the way now as well. Honestly, just take the castle, blue. Take the castle, take the monastery. The relics are yours. Blue is able to find the blacksmith to get some of those upgrades, which have certainly helped the halbs. And blue needs those halbs here now. Where are they? They're right there, blue. Panic. Blue really doesn't want a friendly fire here. Okay, the halbs have gone around the other side of the castle, which is not ideal. This is a good engagement for red. At least when it comes to sniping the onagers. Elephants are still really tanky. Blue's got more halbs in queue. Red's got more elephants in queue. Most of the siege onagers get sniped, and red backs away. Red repairing the castle, too. Oh, my lord, dude. Oh, my lord. What a fight, dude. Again, if red finds this, I think blue is actually dead. Like, blue's at the limit with res all the time. If this ever gets found again, it's over. But red's never thinking that that's happening because that's such a sneaky play that blue reboomed there. Oh. Yeah, blue is spending, like, I don't know how much APM blue has, but blue is spending majority of the focusing on the siege onagers and not necessarily on the halb positioning. But you guys have to understand, I guess, like, people get so into this, and so it's not a bad thing that everyone's getting, like, going like, oh my god, and, like, ripping their hair out. That just means you guys are invested, but this is freaking 600 elo, dude. This is insane for 600 elo. Siege onager, elite ballista, elite battle elephant. Obviously, they're missing some text, but this isn't 1200 elo or something. All right. Here we go. Will blue make a move for the castle again? Blue, move your halbs in. This is what the people want. They want the halbs in front. See, blue doesn't want to kill his own units. Very easy to do that with siege onagers. And guys, well, here you go. You want blue to have the halbs in front? Here you go. You get what you want. You get what you ask for. Kills half of his own units the second he does that. That's why blue didn't do it the other times. That's a crazy shot still. That's a really good shot. But guys, red has the relics. Red has the relics. The halbs aren't here anymore. The siege onagers are going to get killed. Is red doing this? Is this it? This must feel horrible right now for blue. Just absolutely horrible. The opponent's just running underneath your castle. It might be game over if red trebs that right now, but red doesn't have trebs. The ballistas are so tanky next to the castle fire. Villagers are starting to go down. All the siege onagers are down. Blue's not producing from these barracks. Blue is producing from these barracks, which means the ballistas are getting the kills. The woad raiders here have nothing to raid. They need to find the back corner, but blue still thinks that's a bunch of trees. Blue, you need to gather yourself here. Gather yourself and wait for a couple more onagers if you can get there. And produce far away from this if you can. There's the selling, probably for some onagers. There's some vills running now. They're fleeing. But red might just do this. And, oh, don't tell me red is taking a peek in here. Oh, red's just going for that vill. Okay. Blue, you might want to be careful. Oh, there's backup halbs here. I don't even think blue knows the halbs are there, but those halbs will save those vills. Yeah, blue is just like, this area is gone. It's dead. We will not produce. We will produce here now, which is actually really smart. Blue's done that multiple times this game. Too many people don't do that. Like, we saw the game lost earlier today because people keep producing in the area they're already losing instead of just letting that go. Did red lose the vills or did red delete vills? As red is running out of the trees. But how did red get down to 145 vills? Did I miss something? Because if those woads actually find this area, it's pretty ridiculous. Who was the name of the user who said it was going to be a wood game? It was Dale Mack, right? Dale, I don't want to be mean, but you might want to chat now and enjoy your last moments in this channel, because we might need to ban you, bro. We can't have that voodoo crap allowed here. I knew the second you said it that it could happen. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You resubbed today. You've been around a long time. That's just jokes. Castle down. Castle down. Remember, the farming eco for red used to be like, I thought it was more than 40. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's not that crazy now. Only 67 on wood, not 110. Blue's going to have housing problems again. I mean, what a freaking game. But blue just keeps coming. Guys, if blue pushes from this side, it's an absolute feast. This is Thanksgiving over here for blue. That's actually so much better than pushing the middle. Except for the relics, right? Does red know about any of that? Ah, red can see the houses coming up. That's interesting. Houses coming up next to the walls. So we'll probably check that out. Blue is using a new tactic, and he's using the guard or the follow with the halbs on the siege onagers to come clear this up. The elephants will die to the woads there. Red is probably not looking at this anymore. The thing is, when you do this, your units will still just automatically attack the next closest thing, and you'll still kill your own units. So it's really just not easy to control this comp. But I think that's an okay fight for blue, as long as blue can get the eco to produce more things here. Like, blue's food and wood eco is compromised heavily. And these vills are super close to being found as well. Wow, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. But red might never find it. I think red is looking over here. And now the siege onagers can kill this. Guys, what is this game? What is this scripted content, man? This is so close. Sure, a couple deer had to die in the making of it, but totally worth it. Honestly, there's been so many instances where if one or two tiny things happen, it's over. Even all the way back to the start. Like this. Like, if red just moved 2 tiles this way, that's 30 vills down for blue, and blue might not be able to recover from that. If blue moves in a little bit further here, red might not be able to recover from this. This is ridiculous. How much wood do we have? 427k. Oh my goodness. I mean, Mom said one more game. And they're both getting their money's worth. Blue is producing more vills in the north. I like blue to use this area as kind of the farming area. Actually, I guess the north should be the farming area, but there's not a lot of space. Here comes red to investigate. I like this from red. Red's like, what's he doing? And of course, blue's not in position because blue just went down there. Blue, do not kill your own villagers, please. Careful, 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 careful. Poor villagers. Where are the barracks? Like, the barracks are all the way down here, too. This is such a tough game. It's easier for red in that regard, because red's production's always in the same spot. And blue's units have been going back and forth. I mean, blue should have been dead so long ago. What a fight. I kind of hope blue wins, because I feel like blue has had 10 times a harder game in many ways. Look at the difference in res collected. Like, not even close. There's the KD, sorry. But there's the res collected. Not even close. And has had no castles, has had no relics. Again, one raid with these woads over here if red's not there with the elephants. Red would lose a lot of villagers there. Red is really making some progress on these trees, though. Blue's still only 21 on food. Blue needs more than that. Needs like 40 or something. Red does not know about this eco, though. Oh, Woad Raiders are here. Chat's calling me blind. Okay, Woad Raiders are here. And it was, what, 145 Vils? Chat, calm down! Calm down! Man, I follow everything for 2 hours. I miss 1 second. Everyone loses their minds. It's fine. I'm sorry. The Woad Raiders raided. 25 villagers died. We caught every second of it. Yeesh. Do better. Chat's crazy right now. Thank you, Lord, for the 38 months, by the way. All right, siege onagers. They want that castle, but there's Elephantos there, my friend. And blue just went to the market to sell some stuff. So these siege onagers have been forgotten. It's all right. There's a backup group of siege onagers. No one expects the second group. The first group was just a bait. And he's done a really nice job here, blue, with this group. And the halbs will be there. And the elephants will die. And the halbs will remain, which allows blue to push, possibly. Chat, I want some understanding for blue. Man, I want to see everyone who's complaining about blue micro halb SO do so in front of chat after this. All right, we'll put you into a high-level game after 3 hours where you're sweating, you're grinding, and it's a lot, right? Sorry, sweating and grinding is a little weird. But it's not that easy, all right? And there's 600 elo. I actually think Blue's Onager Micro has been way better than expected for this elo range. Much better here. There you go. This is what we wanted some more of. The halbs on the front. The siege onagers being patient. That castle's a couple volleys of the siege onagers away from going down. Blue, do it. You can do it. You can do it. Halbs need to be pulled in front. Blue still needs to produce Vils. Needs to get more barracks up. The halbs are there. The halbs will kill. The halbs will poke. The halbs kill. What a game. Oh no, Ballista Elephants are here. Side raid from Red. Ballista's very good against halbs if they attack. They're not attacking. Red is probably focused here. Red is sending the economy. They've had a long life of chopping trees and they like to become a warrior now. Not a good move. And a lot of the Ballista Elephants are dying to the halbs now because of it. The attack from Blue onto Red's economy has completely flattened Red's attempt at clearing this up. Now, some of those ballistas are stacked. But even Blue's going to fight back with villagers now. It's gotten that desperate. Blue's like, we're taking him off wood. We're taking him off wood. Not knowing that all the wood is down here still. But that's still a good raid. Red down to 100 Vils, guys. 100. And look at Blue's Onager halb control. Obviously, elephants will get in close. Will kill 1 or 2 maybe. But the halbs are always there. Oh, man. And Blue, take that castle, my friend. Is this it? Is this game over? Is Blue going to do this? Against 3 relics? 120k resources down? Blue, you can take that castle. Probably go for the elephants first. There's 397,000 wood left. So I think Dale is safe. I don't think Dale will be banned. At least for this. Let's see. Even losing stables at this point is painful for Red. Red hasn't had to produce a lot of new production buildings, and down go the ballistas. A couple more elephants from Red coming this way. Is it just me, or has Blue's micro gotten better over the last couple minutes here with the halb siege onagers? Like, it's really improved. But Blue also hasn't been producing Vils anymore, and Blue hasn't been, like, doing all the other things Blue is doing. There we go. Castle down. Castle's down. Now, there's not a lot directly behind it, but there's only one castle for Red. Red sniped some siege onagers with the elephants. May lose them now. Red's gonna make ballista elephants. Wait, Red's gonna try man-at-arms. Red's like, what can I make? The reality is it's tough. And we got halbs again, too. Okay, so halbs and then man-at-arms. Red will start to lose these houses and have population problems with only 2 town centers and 1 castle. But you've got to try something. Champion, in theory, is okay against this. But I don't know if Red has the gold income for that. Units are being tossed into the meat grinder. Vil count is even, by the way. It is even. House count, much higher for Blue. Man, blue has gotten housed so many times. Blue even refreshing lumber camps periodically. Houses are going down. Greg Tetris. Kind of crazy to think about. This was his starting base. This was Blue's starting base. Doesn't look anything like it did before. Red has never really had his main base. Well, that's not true. He had his main base pushed in, but like his new main base. This area, I don't know. In the second chapter of his life, he's never taken significant damage there. And it's happening now. And Red is pop capped. It took Red a long time to notice that last time. Red has relocated the vills. Will Red notice this? Red cannot produce military right now. I think we need to update the taunt. Instead of you played 2 hours to die like this, it's you played 3 hours to die like this. 60 helps for blue. I mean, blue could make that push. I want blue to push to that monastery. The relics are crazy. I don't know. Blue's backing up to get a bigger group of siege onagers, I guess. Red will try and raid again. Red's having an issue keeping track of everything. Red just placed the houses. So I think Red will lose elephants because Red just placed the houses. Okay, that's a nice choke point against Halbs, though. Against onagers, that's horrible. Against Halbs, that's okay. And blue's back for more now. With the siege onagers. There is an onager there, though. Oh, man. And the elephants, like they have so many times before. Honestly, they're getting flattened now. But they'll go down to blue, who could win this game. Halbs move in. The Halbs get headshotted. Blue's onager micro insane. The Halbs do need to support a little bit. Red will lose the town center. And Red leaves. It ends. Blue actually wins the game. What a freaking game. Holy cow. What a game. That game was so sick, man. Like, if we were in a live crowd, I would love for there to be a round of applause and a standing ovation, honestly, for both. That was ridiculous. I mean, the chapters of this game were unbelievable, guys. It was so cool to see the strategy from both. I know Red loses the game, but my salutes go out to Red as well, because Red made some mistakes, which are going to be frustrating for a lot of people, right? Maybe skipping certain unit types, maybe not getting blacksmith upgrades. That's just lack of knowledge, okay? That is just a player who doesn't know yet. I'm sure Red will find those things out and be very frustrated later on, but they're lower elo. They've got to learn those things. But, like, Red's ability to boom under threat was crazy. In the earlier stages, when blue walled Red in, like, the thinking from Red to just ballista elephant cut out and treb out was so good for this rank. So freaking good. But then blue, like, guys, this is what blue's position looked like at one point, okay? I just got to go through it again as a reminder. Okay, then blue lost the middle control. Then blue loses the entire base and the relics. Like, blue should have died here. But blue held on. Blue kept fighting. Blue was behind 100 population here. And the Halbs and the siege onagers did it. And even though his opponent took down these castles, like, remember later on, the castles get down and he gets housed. Like, blue just kept on fighting. And the siege onagers got crazy value. You don't need a lot of military if you have the strong type of military. And the siege onagers did it. 1,200 kills for Nathan. 800 units lost. And, yeah, I don't know what more to say. Crazy job from Red with the wood and food eco. Red really needed to just make Lightcav to raid. There were a lot of instances where I think Red needed to just use a trash unit to do the same thing, right? Raiding here without elephants, maybe it's a GG move. Raiding here with Lightcav, maybe it's a GG move. Lightcav in to snipe onagers instead of elephants, you know, you're just like saving your gold for other things. That probably ends this game. Red produced 223 ballista elephants, 217 battle elephants, 291 halbs. Blue produced 157 siege onagers in a 1v1 game. So I take it back. I said that, you know, it's not how many units you make. It's the type of units. It turns out it's also how many you make, because 157 siege onagers in a 1v1 when blue basically didn't have gold for the latter half of that game is crazy. But blue kept coming. Blue, no matter what happened, no matter how bad it got, blue just kept fighting there and had a little bit more willingness to do so. That's the APM. I freaking you that's the market. Red's going to look at this and be like, yeah, clearly I'm the faster player. I think Red just clicked the market at these points in the game. I'm pretty certain. Because Red clicked the market a lot, and when Red clicked the market, it was very, very fast. I think this is like Red's actual speed, and I think this is when Red was selling things at the market like crazy. But maybe the APM was actually, Red controlling other aspects of the game. Oh my goodness, dude. What a game. One of the best Lowy the Legends games ever. This is why we do it. I know people might say, wow, it's so weird to watch noobs, man. Why would you do that when you can watch high elo players? Well, because it's back and forth. They don't have all the knowledge. They don't have all the skills, and that's what makes it great. Again, like midway through this game, I said it, and I just kind of felt it. I was like, dude, this is Age of Empires. That was sick. That was sick. Also, I think both players have the ability to get way better. Agreed, chat? Like, if they keep playing, in 3 months' time, we check their profile, I would be very surprised if they're at this elo. I think they're going to be like 800, 900, 1,000 elo if they learn a couple things. I'm not even talking like build orders, just like their ability to macro and to grind and to fight, and like when they're missing critical things, like blacksmith upgrades, for example. So if both of these guys just get blacksmith upgrades, I think they go places. But we'll see. We'll see if I have time to check back on them. But thank you, Greg, or Grego, and thank you, Nathan. That was a crazy game.